Okay, hello everyone. So, ito yung lesson natin for week 3, lesson 3 proportion uh, na makikita sa page 169 ng inyong libro. And before we formally begin our discussion, let us have our learning targets. So, number 1, I can describe a proportion. Number 2, I can apply fundamental theorems of proportionality to solve problems involving proportions. So, I have here some example of pictures having two similar or like objects. So the pictures above show similar objects. So makikita naman natin, parehas ng butterfly, magkaiba lang sila ng size, parehas na cross, ito parehas na parang laruan to. Similarity in mathematics does not only mean having the same features. Pag sinabi natin features, kung ano mang meron, halimbawa parehas sila ng size, okay, so hindi laging ganon. Ganon sa math, hindi laging sa features lang nakadepende. Similar objects or figures are compared in terms of measurement. So, katulad nakikita natin dito sa taas ng mga pictures, kino-compare sila based on their measurements. Hindi doon sa kung ano, halimbawa ito yung mas malaki, then itong isa ay maliit lang yung figure na to. So, hindi doon. So, ang ginagamit natin to compare two similar objects are ratio and proportion. Yun yung ginagamit natin. So, kaya yun yung topic natin. And then, magpo-focus lang tayo muna ay sa proportion. Okay, before we proceed on proportion, let us have a short review about ratio. So, what do you mean about ratio? So, ratio is the comparison of two positive quantities. So, two positive quantities. Ibig sabihin, sa ratio, ang kino-compare lang natin ay two positive quantities. A and B. So, illustration lang, A and B, hindi laging A and B yan. Express as A, then meron tayong column dito, symbol, P, or A over B. So, yung ratio, pwede natin siyang isulat horizontally, ganito. Kapag horizontal, ang ginagamit natin ay colon symbol. Then, kapag vertical, ang ginagamit natin ay parang fraction. Okay, kapares na siya ng fraction. Binabasa natin yan as A is to B. So, kapag ratio pinag-usapan natin, hindi siya A over B, A is to B ang basa. Like fraction, ratio can be expressed in simplest form. So, kapag meron tayong sinusolve about ratio, dapat alam natin kung paano mag-simplify ng ratio. It is as simple as simplifying fraction. So, kung paano tayo nagsisimplify, naglo-lowest term ng fraction, ganun din sa ratio. So, dapat alam nyo yun para mas mapadali yung pagsosolve ninyo ng proportion and the ratio. Kasi ito yung example natin ng ratio. So, number 1 example, in parallelogram use, the ratio of the measure of angle N to the measure of angle S is 100 is to 80. So, kapag ganito kalaki yung given or yung ratio, pwedeng kuhanin niyo yung simplest form. So, paano mag-simplify ng ratio? Parang sa fraction lang. Hahanapin nyo or kukunin niyo kung ano yung common factors nilang dalawa. So, kapag nakuha natin yung common factors nilang dalawa, ang simplest form nila is 5 is to 4. Okay? Kasi ang common factors ng dalawa ay 20. Next, the ratio of the measure of angle F to angle L to angle Y. So, hindi laging dalawa lang yung involved sa ratio. Pwedeng 3, 4. So, katulad nitong example number 2. 30 is to 60 is to 90. Pero ganun pa din, kailangan pa din i-simplify kapag pwede. Okay? Pero merong mga ratio na hindi na pwedeng i-simplify. So, yun na yun. Pero pag katulad nito, may common factor sila, 3, which is 30. I-divide mo yung 3 sa 30. So, 30 divide 30 is 1, is 2. 60 divide 30 is 2. And 90 divide 30 is 3. So, kung ano yung i-divide mo dun sa unang number, yun din i-divide mo sa mga kasunod pang number. This is a ratio comparing more than two quantities. And last, Ito ay example ng word problem involving ratio. So the supplementary angles are in the ratio 1:3. Find the measures of the two angles. So yung ratio daw ng angle na supplementary ay 1:3. So, paano natin siya isosolve? May word na supplementary, so ibig sabihin kapag pinag-add mo yung dalawang angle, ang sagot ay 180 degrees. So, dahil may isosolve tayo, kailangan natin ng variable na magre-represent dun sa measurement ng angle. So, yung x ay para dun sa will represent the measurement of the angle. So, yung una, so, x lang. Bakit? Kasi 1, dadagdagan lang natin ng x. Ito yun, 1x. Then, pangalawa, 3x. So, yung 3, dinagdagan lang natin ng x. Yun yung second angle. Then, para makuha natin yung measurement, una muna is to find the value of x. So, para makuha yung value ng x, add the two terms. X plus 3x is 4x. Equals 180 kasi supplementary. So, yung 180, divide natin by 4 kasi may 4 sa katabi ng x. So, x is equal to 45. And then, we have 3x is equal to, so ito yung pangalawa nating angle, 3x. So, 3 times 45, yung value ng x. Ang pangalawang angle natin is 135 degrees. Yung unang angle ay measures 45 degrees. So, kapag may ratio na involved sa isang word problem, ganito lang yung gagawin ninyo. Okay, i-add nyo lang. Depende din doon sa kailangang gawin sa given problem. Next is the proportion. So, ano nga ba or what do you mean about proportion? So, proportion is the equality of two ratios such as A is to B equals C is to D. So, dito kapag pinag-uusapan natin ang proportion, ang involved ay two ratios. Okay? Wherein, makikita natin dito, may equal sign sa gitna. Pag sinabi natin proportion, yung ratio dito, or yung makukuha nating value dito sa left side ay equal dito sa right side na ratio. Wherein B is not equal to 0 and B is not also equal to 0. Kasi wala tayong makukuhang proportion doon kapag 0 yung B at saka D. Each number in a proportion is called term. So, katulad nito, so A over B is equal to C over D. So, yung A, itong A, first term, yung B, second term, yung C is third, and yung fourth ay yung D. And then, may parts ang ating proportion. Yung first at fourth, yun yung ating means. And then, yung third at second, yun yung ating extremes. So, halimbawa, ganito, A is to B equals C is to B. So, kapag ganito yung form ng ating proportion, yung nasa gitna, yun ang means, and then yung dalawang nasa labas, yun ang extremes. So, kapag magsasolve na tayo ng proportion, ang pwede lang natin i-multiply or ipag-combine ay yung means sa means and then extremes sa extremes. Hindi pwedeng A times B o kaya C times D. So, pwede lang natin ipag-combine B and C, A and B. Or simply, means by means and extremes by extremes. So since the proportion is an equation, then the missing term of a proportion can be solved using the following properties of proportion. So meron tayong ilang properties na pag-aaralan dito, pero ang gagamitin lang natin or ang common na ginagamit sa pag-solve ng proportion ay yung property number 1. So property number 1, the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. So ito yun. So halimbawa, meron tayong given na proportion, A over B or A is to B is equal to C is to D. Then A times D is equal to B times C. So, A times D, parang cross multiplication yung gagawin lang. So, later on, magkakaroon tayo ng examples para alam nyo kung paano mag-solve ng proportion. So, note, this property is the most commonly used way in solving proportions. Ito yung pangkaraniwang ginagamit kapag nagsosolve ng proportion. So, definition. So, if A, B, and x are positive numbers and a is to x is equal to x is to b, then x is called the geometric mean. So kapag ang ating may value tayo ng x, yun yung kukuhanin natin, yung tawag natin sa x na yun ay geometric mean. Or for example, meron tayong dalawa lang na given. Katulad nung nasa baba natin, example, find the geometric mean or GM between each pair of numbers. So, number 1, 9 and 5. Ano yung geometric mean nila? 8x and 2x, 18 and 2. So, ang hanapin natin dyan ay kung ano ba yung geometric mean ng dalawang given values or two terms.
Okay, so next is the geometric mean. So para mahanap natin yung geometric mean natin, ganito lang yung gagawin. So lagi ang given lang dyan ay two terms or two values. So GM that represent the geometric mean is equal to, so imumultiply nila natin sila sa loob ng radical sign. So 9 times 5. Okay, next is, so ano bang square root ng 9? Meron ba? Meron. So, square root ng 9 is 3. So, wala nang 9 sa loob. Nasa labas na siya, 3. Square root of, yung 5 ba meron? Wala. May factor ba siya na mayroong perfect square? Wala din. So, may iwanan siya sa loob ng radical sign. So, ang ating geometric mean will be 3 square root of 5. Next, paano kapag may variable? So, ganito lang yung gagawin natin. The same process, GM is equal to the square root of 8x times 2x. Okay. So, in this case, makikita ninyo yung 8 wala namang perfect square, yung 2 wala din. So, para makita natin kung meron bang perfect square yung dalawa, we need to multiply the numbers or coefficients as well as the variable. So, 8 times 2 is 16. X times x is x squared. Okay. Next, what is the square root of 16? 4. So, wala nang 16 sa loob. Nasa labas na yung 4. Okay? Next, anong square root ng x squared? Ano bang ginagawa natin sa exponent? Yung exponent na yun, dinidivide natin sa ating index. So, 2 divided by 2, 1. So, may ilabas natin siya. Cancel. Labas lang natin ang isang x. Okay? So, our geometric mean for number 2 is 4x. Next is 18 and 2. Ganun lang din yung gagawin natin. So, GM is equal to the square root of 18 times 2. So, 18 times 2 is 36. So, what is the square root of 36? 6. So, GM is equal to 6, or the geometric mean for number 3 is 6. So, ganito lang yung gagawin just in case na ma-encounter ninyo yung problem about the geometric mean. Magmumultiply lang kayo sa loob ng radical sign, then extract the square root of the radicand.
So, property number 2, the reciprocal of two ratios in a proportion are also equal. So, ito yung another way in solving proportion. So, pwedeng i-reciprocal natin or babaliktarin lang natin. Katulad nito, P over A is equal to D over C. Or P is to A is equal to D is to C. Makikita natin, binaliktad lang natin. A nasa numerator, B denominator. Pagdating dito, pag in-apply na natin yung property number 2, binaliktad lang natin. Property number 3, the means may be interchanged and the extreme may be interchanged. So, dito sa property number 3, pagpapalitin lang natin ang pwesto ng dalawang means at saka dalawang extreme. So, dito sa unang example natin, ang pinagpalit natin ay, makita ninyo, yung means. Yung A na papunta sa pwesto ng B at yung B na papunta sa pwesto ng A. Then, saka natin pwedeng i-simplify or i-multiply ang means at extremes. So, dito naman, yung pinagpalit natin ay yung extremes. So, yung B na papunta sa numerator, kapartner na ng B, and then yung C, kapartner na ng A. So, kapag yung property number lang ginamit natin, pwede din. So, ganito lang yung gagawin. Next property, number 4, our last property. Bago tayo magbigay ng mga examples. So, the denominator of each ratio may be added or subtracted from its corresponding numerators. So, kung nakikita natin, yung denominator daw ay pwede natin i-add sa numerator noong bawat ratio. So, halimbawa, meron tayong A is to B is equal to C is to D. So, pwede natin i-add yung B at D sa numerator nila. Tulad nito nakikita nyo, A plus B over B. C plus D over D. O kaya naman pwedeng subtraction yung gamitin. Tulad nito, A minus B over B is equal to C minus D over D. So, yung property or properties na from 1 to 4, pwede natin silang gamitin to solve the given proportion. Pero yung pinaka nagagamit sa kanila is the property number 1. So, yun yung gagamitin natin sa mga examples natin in solving proportions. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat. Laos Leo.